Man, what a show! What a show it was! Man, uh, it's wow, just wow. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I am Hitman Kaz. Welcome to your official review for Money in the Bank. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the humble man Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
What's good? My man called Pan.
Ain't shit, man. Ready to do this?
Let's do this shit like Brutus.
All right. First off was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Roxanne Perez, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi. Now I gotta give it to them. You know, they definitely pull off some good stuff in this match. Like, for one thing, Rhea Ripley tried to go for Razor's Edge on the ladder, but Roxanne countered it and hit her with a Hurricanrana, and then hit her with the springboard moonsault to Rhea while she was on the ladder. And then a little after that, Roxanne and Julia decided to try and bury Rhea Ripley underneath a whole bunch of ladders, so that allowed Rhea to get her sleep on for a good minute.
Right.
Then for a little bit, Roxanne and Julia continue to work together, even though their little partnership that led to Julia's heel turn really didn't last long. But hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Anyways, they send Alexa onto the ladder.
Right.
And then and then eventually Rhea, like the Undertaker and Kane, during a high profile moment when on the ground, came up, eventually got back up, started raising hell, hit a reverse electric chair to Julia onto the ladder. And then, speaking of the ladder, and also Stephanie Vaquer, what Stephanie Vaquer match would be complete without her signature move, the Devil's Kiss? But to add to give a little more, she did it while on the ladder, and the ladder was perched up between the another ladder that was set up in the ring and the turnbuckle. And the turnbuckle. Some dope work there. Then there was one moment that I felt was that could have been done better.
Which one was that?
Well, Roxanne and Alexa were fighting on one side of a ladder, and then Stephanie Vaquer and Naomi were fighting on another. No, excuse me. Roxanne and Stephanie were fighting on one side of a ladder, and then Alexa and Naomi were fighting on another side of a ladder, to which then they both hit pop rocks on the ladders they were on. But the thing was, and look, I understand, they didn't have much ground to work with because they were doing it on a ladder onto a ladder, but even still, the spot could have been done better. But they both hit pop rocks to their opponents. But the idea was good in thought, but it just didn't execute well. Anyways, there was a spot that did go that did go over well, in which Rhea Ripley hit the riptide on Julia, and then at the same time, Alexa Bliss hit Sister Abigail and Roxanne Perez. But then when the dust settled, Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley were on top of the ladder, they were close to the briefcase, only to get pushed off by Naomi. And ladies and gentlemen, Naomi is your Miss Money in the Bank. And all I can say is, Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky, proceed with caution. I can't front, yo. I was very, very pleased to see her win. In my opinion, this really further legitimizes Naomi's heel turn, and honestly, I'm very excited to see who she cashes in on. And also, I wouldn't mind it if she customized the briefcase like how she customized the SmackDown Women's title.
Right.
And actually, there was a video that came out. Seeing as you have Facebook, did you see the video of what Naomi has inside the briefcase besides the contract? Did you?
Right. That's crazy, man. Like that. Like
no. Did you see the video of what Naomi showed that she has inside the briefcase?
Oh, that I didn't see.
Well, for one thing, she got a pocket knife in there.
What?
Then she had a taser.
Oh my God.
Then needless to say, she had a bunch of caution tape in it. But yo, the funniest thing was that she had an action figure of Jimmy Uso.
Wow.
But then again, she's been saying some freaky stuff about Jimmy on X or Twitter.
Oh my God.
Like there was one time where she said she doesn't need Jimmy to proceed with caution or something like that.
Oh wow.
It was freaky. Then actually freaking someone tagged Naomi in a video where they filmed Jade Cargill talking to Jimmy Uso.
Oh what?
And homie was like, I ain't trying to start nothing, but. And then Naomi retweeted it, and she like, I think she said something reckless, and then Jordan Grace responded to it, saying, you gonna kill her? And
wow.
To which Naomi was like, that depends, you the ops?
Wow.
Like it was some funny shit, man. On the real, man, it was hilarious. Oh man.
Crazy, man. Yeah, didn't know she had those.
But before we get to the next match, there's something I need to get off my chest. And it seems that y'all fucking gooning as creepy as forever alone crayon eaters just don't get it, do you? Like seriously, y'all niggas are the fucking worst.
Man.
You guys are gonna be the cause of fans not being able to interact with their favorite wrestlers. Because y'all motherfuckers is at it again.
Damn.
Because
I mean,
because you clearly didn't have. Did you hear what happened to Roxanne Perez?
yes. Yo, now that is going overboard. Yes.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, freaking some Forever Alone doxed her and threatened to kill her.
Like, what the hell? For what?
Like what fucking gives, man?
Exactly.
Like a lot of y'all niggas need some serious fucking help, man. Oh, like this fucking ridiculous.
That's real talk.
God. Anyways,
Real talk.
anyways, well, hopefully he gets dealt with quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right.
Anyways, moving on, we actually have an impromptu match that, if you guys weren't watching Worlds Collide, was made there. Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. for the IC title. Now, what happened was that at Worlds Collide, Rey Mysterio was showing love to AAA and whatnot. Then Dominic attacked Octagon Jr., but Octagon fought back. And then that's when Dominic actually challenged him to a match and willingly put up his title to sweeten the pot. So honestly, I got to give it to Dominic for doing that, for not only challenging him to a match, but putting the IC title on the line. Now, needless to say, I know nothing about Octagon Jr. Personally, I thought he was a parody of Penta, because if you guys remember, before he was Penta, he was Pentagon Jr. And, you know, Pentagon, Octagon, yeah, you see where I'm going with this. You know, geometry. But anyways, with Octagon Jr., I gotta say, yo, first off, I gotta find out whoever did his theme and dap him up, because Octagon Jr.'s theme fucking kicks ass. My God, that theme is so good. Like yo, after the show was done, freaking, I looked up Octagon Jr.'s theme, and I had the shit on repeat for a good minute, man. It's really a banger. Like, y'all dudes need to check it out. I promise you, it's fire. But
right, that's crazy too.
Like honestly, you should check it out too.
Most stuff.
Anyways, on to the match. You know, it wasn't really that long. Just mainly it was meant to expose Octagon Jr. to the American crowd. But in any case, the crowd, even though they cheered for him, they were still actually behind Dominic, because they were singing his name again, like how they did for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And,
right.
And then actually Octagon, he actually hit this dope ass snap fisherman's driver. This shit was dope as hell. It reminded me of Nikki Cross's finisher, The Purge.
Right.
But in the closing moments of the match, Liv Morgan distracted the ref for like 2 seconds, which then allowed, you know, Dominic to set Octagon up for the 619 and the Frog Splash, and Dominic has retained the IC title.
Right, it's crazy.
Again, you know, nothing special. It was mainly done to give Octagon some exposure to the American crowd. Very nice work.
Right, I got you.
Moving on, we have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the women's IC title. If Becky wins, Lyra had to raise her hand. If Lyra won, Becky couldn't challenge for the shot for the title as long as Lyra was champ. Now, I'm gonna be straight up. Lyra jinxed herself in this match, and how she jinxed herself was that during the match she touched the title. And I've always felt this. In any title match, whether you're the challenger or the champion, do not touch the title. I know they have it on that little table, you know, like how they always do, but do not touch it. Because regardless whether you're the challenger or the champion, I promise you, you're gonna jinx yourself. And that's exactly what happened to her. Now, first off, I couldn't help but notice that once again, in this match, they were chanting a specific 3-word chant. We want truth. But we're gonna get into that later, towards the end of the show. Anyways, in the closing moments of the match, Lyra and Becky were exchanging roll-up pins. That is until Becky Lynch countered with her roll-up pin, and for a little bit of insurance, she grabbed Lyra's tights.
Right.
And by the grace of God, thank the Lord, praise the Lord, thank you, Becky Lynch. This god-awful, terrible, horrible, no good, horrendous, disgusting, disgraceful, embarrassing, boring, TV-changing reign of Lyra Valkyria is finally over. Thank you, Becky. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Now we have a champion that's actually gonna bring some substance to the title. That's gonna bring prestige to the title. That's actually gonna make you care about the title.
Right. Damn it. Oh my God. I feel you. I mean, Becky, she one of my main favorites, so I feel you saying though. I love Lyra too.
Well, and then of course, because Becky won, you know, she made Lyra raise her hand, to which Lyra did hold up her end of the bargain and do it. But because this was a heel Becky we're talking about, she had to milk it.
Yeah, she did.
In which she felt that just raising her hand once wasn't good enough, and instead she made her raise her hand and raise it up to all 4 corners for everybody to see her do it.
Right.
But again, she had to milk it again, and she tried and she made Lyra put the belt around her waist.
Right.
To which she did. Then Lyra hit her with a German suplex, and then hit her with Nightwing. See, now in that case, I will admit that Becky did deserve that, just because, like I said, she won the match, and Lyra did hold up her end of the bargain by raising her hand, but she just had to milk it. Oh my God, she was milking it. But yeah, there was. And once again, but in any case, once again, thank you, Becky. I hope you have a much more entertaining reign than Lyra ever had, even though that's not gonna take much. But you get my point. Moving on, we have the men's Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus Penta versus El Grande Americano versus Solo Sikoa versus L.A. Knight. So,
Right.
to start things off, Seth actually got jumped by everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And forget all that. I gotta really say that this match really brought out, or at least further exposed how much Solo Sikoa was coming into his own, character-wise.
Yes.
Like,
I was just about to say, sorry, cut you. I was just about to say that was another interesting part in the match that happened that we're gonna get to, but go right ahead.
yeah, because like charisma-wise, he was shining throughout this match. Like first off, he was mocking everybody, fucking hilarious as hell. First, he was mocking LA Knight. He did the L, A, and then pretended that he had a headache. And then he mocked Penta's gangster walk. Like, that shit was hilarious. Then if he wasn't doing that, he was just laughing at people. Like they're really letting him shine. Anyways, on to the match itself. And then there was a nice little moment where Andrade hit a flip to the outside to everybody, but then, not willing to be outdone, Penta then did the same thing. But then we had a dope ass ladder spot where El Grande hit the Dominator onto Seth Rollins, onto the ladder. And then later on, Seth Rollins curb stomped Solo.
Yes.
And then this one was crazy, where Andrade hit. Yeah, honestly, he did honestly what Alexa and Roxanne should have done, and that was he hit a sunset flip powerbomb, their move, off the ladder to El Grande. Now, honestly, doing it onto a ladder does make it a little more brutal, but again, the execution wasn't good. But yeah. Anyways, Penta then suplexed Seth on the ladder, then hit the Mexican Destroyer onto a ladder bridge that was set up onto Andrade. And then, if you guys weren't paying attention earlier in the show, and we should have mentioned this, where Chad Gable was backstage talking to the Creed brothers, in which they mentioned, El Grande in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and they were doing a segment, and at the same time they were promoting Fireball, to which they showed off this Fireball ladder, which was a very, very tall ladder, probably the tallest ladder in the match, in which Chad said that he was gonna do, Americano a solid by sticking said ladder underneath the ring, being the American that he is, we always gotta look out for our fellow man. Anyways, Grande at this point, he brought out the Fireball ladder, and ladies and gentlemen, we had the ladder helicopter. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. How Grande Americano performed the ladder helicopter, taking everybody out. On some real awesome shit. Now, but honestly, El Grande Americano's best work didn't come until a little later. Penta now at least on Penta's behalf, this could have been done a little better. I'd say he maybe should have went up the ladder a little more slower. But even still, what I'm about to say next was some great work by El Grande Americano, where he was outside the ring fighting LA Knight, and LA Knight tried to hit him with that sort of vaulting move, where you grab the opponent by the legs and then fall back, and then their body comes up, and they're usually supposed to hit something. Usually done with the ropes. But in any case, he was supposed to hit the pole, but instead of hitting the pole, he grabbed it. Then he climbed up the pole, and then he bounced himself on a ladder that was leaning against the turnbuckle that he was on. Then he vaulted on that to then grab on halfway up the fireball ladder that Penta was on, and then he headbutted Penta. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Americano did have the metal plate in his mask, but Grande unfortunately wasn't able to get it, because LA was able to get in the ring and hit a super back suplex to Grande off the ladder. Then, towards the end of the match, Seth Rollins was calling out to the back, and out came Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. To which then Bronson Reed speared the shit out of El Grande Americano. Then he speared LA Knight. Then Reed hit the tsunami onto Andrade, and then they were about to wail on Solo, but then Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo came to make the save. But unfortunately, Braun speared JC through the barricade. But Jacob then hit a pop-up Samoan drop to Bronson Reed, and then followed up with a suicide dive. Then the moment most people been waiting for. I didn't want it to happen, but I knew it eventually had to happen. But Jacob then allowed Solo to climb up the ladder. However, he didn't let him finish, because then he grabbed his leg, and then he said the words that he was eventually going to say. I wish he didn't say it, but again, it was going to be said eventually, and that was, "I hate you, Solo." Because if you guys did not see the past SmackDown, something similar to with Evolution, Triple H, Ric Flair, and Batista, Solo was talking shit about Jacob behind his back to JC Mateo. But unbeknown to them, Jacob heard the whole thing. But me, again, I still wish this happened after Solo got a title, so that feud would have meant more, at least in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah. Well, in any case, he then attacks Solo, hits the triple jump moonsault onto him, then hits him, and then he commits copyright infringement and hits Solo with his own move, the spinning Solo through the ladder. Then in the end, Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp onto LA Knight, and Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank. Look, I'll be honest, y'all. I didn't want Seth to win this match. Seth did not need to win this match at all.
Right. It's crazy.
And I don't care how much sense it made for him, storyline wise. He did not need to win this. And honestly, even though I wanted Solo to win, if anything, LA Knight should have won this match. And if anybody who paid attention to the crowd saw their reaction, they also felt the same way. Because literally, when Seth unhooked the briefcase, you could literally hear the crowd groan. They wanted LA Knight to win that match. And honestly, he did deserve it. Because if you look back at what he's done on SmackDown, like, it only makes sense for him right now to get to get Money in the Bank, because he's already won the U.S. title twice. He's not a tag team guy, so it only makes sense for him to go up into the main event scene. You know? And with this being the third year in a row that he's been in Money in the Bank, and the third year in a row that he's been shafted, you know, right. It makes you wonder, you know, when is it gonna be LA Knight's time?
Honestly speaking, yes, because you know he was one of those. Let me tell you strongly who I was pulling for to win this match was either Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, or Carmelo Hayes. Because LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes, I feel like they're two of those that like really needed it. Like for example, honestly,
Melo wasn't in the match. But
on Wild, and he was supposed to be.
Yeah, he should have been in the match.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's a ton of people along, including myself and you, wonder why the hell he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Man.
But, you know, hopefully LA Knight will have his time eventually.
For real.
Anyways, after that, there was an announcement that was made in which the next WrestleMania, this one coming up, will be in Las Vegas once again. Well, for anyone that wants to go, I do not envy you in the slightest, because I know those ticket prices are going to be ridiculously high, and you're gonna have to. And you're going to have to give a cough up an arm and a leg in order to buy one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the main event, we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
Yes.
Now, for one thing, I thought it was dope with Logan Paul. For his entrance, he brought out a drone.
Oh yeah.
And then I think he caught the drone once he was in the ring, because it like circled around the arena and shit.
Oh.
I think. But anyways, on to the match. You know.
Right.
As the match picked up, Logan Paul hit the one lucky punch.
Yeah.
To which then John Cena hit the attitude adjustment on to Cody Rhodes, but Jey broke it up before there could be a pinfall. And then Logan hit the pulverizer on the Cody. And then this moment was awesome. He got a hold of his drone again and went to the top rope. But this cost him, because Cody got a hold of him and hit him with a superplex while he still had the drone in his hand. I thought that shit was crazy.
No, for real, yeah, it was.
Then Jey hit the Uso splash onto Logan, but then Cena hit an attitude adjustment to Jey, then Cody. Then he tried to hit Cody with another one, but he was able to fight out of it. And then They were fighting outside the ring, where Jay actually speared John Cena while they were on top of the table. But then,
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, nah. What was truly crazy was what happened afterwards. Logan Paul hit a moonsault onto Jay through the announce table. So, which then at that point, it was just Cody and Cena in the ring, where Cena popped Cody upside the head with the WWE title. But then a mystery attacker attacked Cena, and the hood came off, and it revealed to be R-Truth, or as he's going now by his real name, Ron Killings. To which then he then popped Cena in the head with the title. Cena, and then Cody hit the crossroads onto Cena, and Cody and Jay win. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't catch that, I am very pleased to say we did it.
Right.
We did it. And like, you know, Nick Khan and Triple H heard our outcry, heard our anger, they heard our uproar, and re-signed Ron Killings. Now, from what I was able to gather, first off, not only was the fans' outrage a factor in them bringing back Ron, but also the outrage from employees and other wrestlers. And once again, that just goes to show how much love people have for Ron Killings. You know, you talk about, you know, people or celebrities in this world who don't have haters, who don't have enemies. Ron Killings is one of them. He is one of the few people in the wrestling world where I have never heard a single negative thing about him. Not one. Everybody loves that guy. Everybody.
For real.
And this was further proof of it. And also, he's no idiot, because what I also heard was that when it came to trying to re-sign Ron, he actually ignored WWE calling him until Nick Khan reached out personally. Nick Khan himself reached out personally to talk to him. And in my opinion, this was a very good move, because had he listened to any other WWE official that tried to resign him, they could have finessed him or gave him a bullshit deal. So getting a call from the man himself, you know, or Triple H, you know, made things better and made sure that he got the deal that he so rightfully deserved, you know. Now, along with that, did you see Raw?
I didn't see, but I somewhat know one of the damn spoilers that kind of has me pissed off.
Well, did you see what I think? What you think that I'm about to say?
It's the World Heavyweight title match.
No.
What's that?
With Ron Killings.
That's one of the things that got spoiled with me. So yes, sir, I did see that.
All right. For those of you that don't know, he is officially gonna be under his real name, Ron Killings, like we said before, and he's not gonna be his comedic self anymore. He honestly, in my opinion, I think he's gonna be the character he was in TNA when he was Ron the Truth Killings. A serious character which he was very, very good at doing. Like, honestly, for those of you that haven't seen him as a serious character, you guys are gonna be in for a treat. But what he did during that promo, I did not expect. In which he deactivated his dreadlock power. That's right. In one fell swoop, he cut off his dreads. And that shit I was mind blowing. But
can't blame you for that.
But, but the dreads symbolized what our truth was, and by him cutting off the dreads, it further symbolizes that our truth is gone, and now this is Ron Killings. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Booker T on his podcast spoke up, and he had nothing but positive things to say about this character change in Ron Killings, in which he feels that Ron Killings will more than likely be a world champion down the road. And honestly, I'm looking forward to if that really happens, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Yeah, me too. I feel what you're saying, yeah. I feel what you're saying. Looking forward to that too.
Yep. But with that being said, that's gonna do it for this episode of The Contract. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the humble man as always for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yep. You already know, man. It's called Pay. We'll be right back here. We'll be right back here with y'all for the predictions and the results for WWE Night of Champions, which is in like about 2-3 weeks.
Yep. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, well, hit the like button, comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.